I have a fascination with the idea of the construction of desire within minority communities that live in countries that have systemic racism. Just for the context, I grew up in Portugal and came of age in the late 90s, early 2000s. There was literally no discussion about race in Portugal, as there was, for instance, in countries like the UK or the United States, because Portugal only started discussing the role that they had in creating the myth of the over-sexualized black men and women, because of the role that they had in initiating the process of transatlantic slave trade. You can imagine what it was back then. And I'm still deconstructing all of the trauma and ideas about myself that I grew up with and that I came to embrace, which was the idea that it was not only acceptable that I was objectified, but that I should objectify myself if I wanted to get any. And because young, horny people are dumb, and I was a young, horny person who had been raised in a systemically racist environment in which every single construction of the idea of beauty was tied to whiteness, specifically in the gay world, because you just have to see the production of gay films, gay pornography, homoerotic advertising, novels that were produced at that particular point in time, and you would only find white stories or majority white stories and white faces. I trained myself to meet the expectations of society around me, which was that I could compensate for the lack of acknowledgement that I received from the people that I slept with the dominance that I enacted in intimacy, not understanding that that wasn't power, that was actually a part of the fetish. And that although I did not think that the fleeting encounters that I used to have were a part of the kink spectrum, they weren't kink for me, but I can bet you that they were kink for other people. And that is something that when you become conscious of your blackness and the historical context in which you were raised, becomes quite a difficult thing to deconstruct. And it's something that I am deconstructing myself still today. So I have a lot of compassion for people who are undergoing this process because it's hard. Specifically for people who don't understand the concept of masculinity in a non-toxic perspective, it can be a blow for how they see themselves in relation to a world that uses them and discards them, while at the same time putting them on a fake altar.